Maybe. I'm not sure. There we go. Stuff wasn't working right. What's going on, everybody? This is your man's the one. That is the big man in the middle, Big Storm. And this is BW Sports One State of Basketball. And man, is basketball an awesome state right now.
Yes, definitely agree with you, sir.
These finals is absolutely amazing. It's going to be some questions that I have posed, a couple of scenarios that are floating around out there. But I guess we got to talk about some other stuff before we get to that. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's really at this point, is there anything else but the NBA finals?
Right. No, not right now. It's definitely entertaining. I'm glad we got Steph in there because he is entertaining, right? He does help the league. He helps, the people that are not at our stature feel like they can actually go out there and do it. So I feel like that draws it in. Babyface Killer, I'm sure that draws it in. You definitely got the historical team in Boston, so that draws a lot of the audience as well. So it's a great finals without LeBron.
I think not. I like how you did that. You almost slid that Bobby. Yeah, I like how.
Well, just because he's been the draw, right? Let's keep it real. He's been the draw for the past.
And that 2 years in a row that we didn't have him in the finals.
Yeah.
So say that again. Wasn't it 2 years in a row we didn't have him in the finals?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm good. It didn't bother me one bit. Granted, it sucked because he was a Laker, but
right, I was about to say because he was a Laker and wasn't in the finals.
So, but yeah, I feel you on that. It's I think I would say 80% of the people who are going for Boston are people who don't want Golden State to win. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's that many Boston fans out there. You know what I mean? I know there's.
I'm surprised, man.
I think there are some. But I'm just out of the ones that I know. You know what I mean? Because I mean, there's like 3 people that I know that's like I've heard them before. Celtics. But a lot of these people now is like, man, I just so tired of kind of how I got with the Lakers and the Bulls. You know what I mean? People was just tired of seeing them, even though we hadn't seen them in 2 years, just like LeBron. Just saying.
How was your week, man? How was your week? How'd the catering gig go?
Hey, man, it went absolutely fantastic. I like to put a little, let's see, how can I culturally say this correct? I like to put a little darkness in the glowing light of Carble's food culinary gifts. No,
darknesses.
You know what I mean? I like to give them a little something, give the people up in Carmel a little something other than raisins and their potato salad. Little flavor. You know what I'm saying? A little onion powder here, a little cayenne pepper here, a little paprika over here. You know what I'm saying? You can't just all be just
salt and pepper.
Well, salt and pepper works great for certain things. Like if you got like the brisket. You got a good brisket, you can get a nice crust with a good salt and pepper, maybe a little bit of garlic powder, but you have your base.
There you go, though. But it's not just
a little bit. But I mean, most of the time, like I've made one where brisket with just nothing but salt and pepper. Just a nice little crust. You throw that thing on the smoker, you pull it off. You got a smoke ring about yay thick, and this shit just certain things like a good steak on the open fire, just salt and pepper. That's all you get because it's the quality of the meat, not so much the quality of the seasoning. You know what I mean? If you got a good cut, especially when
there's still some other stuff for steak. You got to throw some butter in there and what's that, thyme or something like that?
Everything needs a little bit of time. But no, real talk. Real talk. That is a thing that I've noticed with the African-American culture. Sometimes you do too much. Sometimes you just got to let the flavor of it. Now, we understand where that comes from, because we've never really gotten the quality of the cuts of meat back in those days. So you had to use extra
What you had,
things.
yeah, you
What
had to
you
use
had to
what you
use
had.
extra things to make things taste better than what they would. You know what I'm saying? Like I never ate steak as a kid.
No,
It was terrible. Always overcooked, rubbery. You can play hockey with it, all kind of stuff. But now I eat steak, a nice mid-rare or medium steak. Man, I'm telling you, it changes the whole flavor when you have a good cut of meat instead of that shit from Save-A-Lot. Yeah, I said it. But anyway, it was a good deal. Had a good turnout. I already have gotten some phone calls for some future engagements. So that's what it do.
you doing it, man. Good deal.
That's what.
Congratulations.
Well, what about you, sir?
Week went well. Like just working, man. Be honest. Hung out with the fam. Saw my parents, my sister, brother-in-law. So doing well, man. Nothing out of the ordinary. Yeah, that was it with me. Just on these finals for the most part.
Man, Greg's my guy, man. I miss Greg. That's my guy.
Oh, guess who came over the other day? I ain't seen this
Short
cat.
dog.
Yes. Did I talk to you already?
No, that's just the only. It's just the only. And I'm feeling the Voltron T-shirt though. By the way.
Oh, right
But,
on. Hey, the defenders of the universe, son.
Yes, defenders of the. I'm feeling you. It's just, every time you ask that, it's either one or two people. It's either Vito or it's Short.
Yeah, man. Saw Short Dog the other day. So we caught up. He's doing all right.
Isn't this boy wrestling?
Yeah. Well, actually, he said this year he's taking the year off, but after that he's going in strong because he's about to go into the 6th grade. Talking about his youngest.
Right.
So yeah, they definitely getting ready to get it in.
Like I love
Very
people's
well. And, he'll be
second
at
part of life.
Southport.
Yeah,
And Short's going to be an assistant coach up there as well. So, you know,
yeah, I saw that. I saw that with some of the things that he posts rarely on the social media things. I've been keeping an eye on it. So that's pretty cool, man. I love to see people in their second stages of life.
Right.
You know what I mean? It can't always be this. We gotta elevate at some point in time, and I love seeing that stuff. So, all right, buddy, let's go. Let's get it. I guess we'll start off with a little bit of high school. Let's see. What do we have over the weekend? We had the annual Indiana Kentucky All-Star Series. This is where the state of Indiana and Kentucky and boys and girls basketball, their all-star teams play each other in a 2-game series. Boys and girls play 1 game here in Indiana, which this year was at Southport. And then they play 2 games. The boys and girls play a game in Kentucky. I think this year was in Owensburg, which is just outside, just on the outside of Indiana, close to the border. So not a really far trip for some of the girls. You know, some of them come from the upper north, like Crown Point. That's a long drive, buddy. So, but it was a good series. I did catch a little highlights later on. Did watch because there was some other stuff going on that kept me away from it. And plus, I felt a little bias, you know, with as it comes to my daughter, knowing that even though she wasn't a senior, when it came to the junior all-stars and certain people being all conference and not all conference, a lot of politics. So I was kind of boycotting it a little bit, but I kept a close eye on what was going on. So you had the girls split, Indiana winning here, Kentucky winning at home, Indiana winning with a last-second layup by Alyssa Crockett going to Michigan, by the way, out of Westfield, and then go blue. And then the Kentucky girls just waxed the floor with them in Owensburg. I think it was, what was the score? 101-76.
So I think both games were good. It just highlighted the skill set of these young ladies, and it just lets you know that the college scene is definitely getting a good recruits from the Midwest, and the Midwest will hold it down. So definitely excited to see their progress.
I mean, there was a lot of girls in that game from both Kentucky and Indiana going high level Division I basketball. I know Michigan snatched 2 or 3 of them out of this class from Indiana. So I know IU did pretty well. But on the boys' side, a lot of those all stars from Indiana are staying local with Purdue and IU, including who's probably, I think he was Mr. Basketball, CJ Gunn. That's
Mm-hmm.
his name. Yep, he led the boys. They sweat the series with Kentucky. Nice little ass whoopings on both games. 101 to 81, and what was that? 107 to 77. So they weren't taking no shorts.
And I'll tell you about the guys' game, and I caught some of that. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna lie. I just felt like, even though the Indiana guys won, I'm gonna talk about the product of play. Maybe I was expecting too much, even though they got their bangs in and things like that. I just left myself wanting a little more. I don't know if it's just because I've been on this NBA for the past few months and haven't had a chance really to watch a college or a high school game in a minute, but I'm like,
Yeah, you just forgot that
come
this is
on,
a high
man.
school all-star game. This was not to be. This is like watching the McDonald's All-American game. There wasn't gonna be nothing happening in this game. You might see a couple matchups, be like, oh, they're gonna go at it. You know what I mean? Now, for the girls, like that first game, it was a close game. Now, if you'd had one of them boys' games that was a close game, I think you might have saw some more strategy. You might have saw what somebody, but man, this was the open gym, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say pickup game.
This was open. I'm gonna play kind of defense.
Right.
Now, if I was on the All-Star team because I was known for defense, like a big guy, yeah, I'm coming block all that shit.
Yeah.
So I gotta get mine off.
Yeah, it's hard to not to be a big guy doing that and not go for a block. Like, it's hard to get that instinct.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So but obviously kudos to all of those young individuals, future stars of our leagues in WNBA, or let's go with NCAA into the WNBA and NBA. Quality talent coming out of both of these states. But as biased as I am, because I live here and I played here and I know we're better than those guys there, we've always have been. Way to go, Indiana. Way to do your thing.
Yeah. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Keep stepping on the backyard. Only thing that I like out of Kentucky,
bourbon,
the Derby, and the bourbon. Bourbon, yes.
I knew that was gonna be it.
Yes. Fun fact: being made in Kentucky is not a requirement for it to be bourbon. The only requirement that it comes for United States or the states is that this certain blend, there's a certain criteria you have to follow, but the main one is it has to be made in the United States. So you can make bourbon in California.
Okay. California bourbon.
Yeah, I mean, you can make bourbon anywhere. It's only bourbon if it's made in the States. If it's made outside the States, it's whiskey.
Okay.
Fun fact. Don't ask me where I found it. No. History Channel. Yes.
That'll do it.
I'll do it every time. All right. No NCAA, so we'll just keep on moving. We're waiting for the draft. Looks great. Okay, we do got some NCAA. The deadline for the NBA draft for the college people to make their decision if they're going to stay in the pool or go back. This passed. There you go. There's our NCAA. Dick Vitale's in remission. There you go. There we go. That's WNBA. Not a whole bunch. Real quick points for them, so we can get right on out of here. Sabrina Lanowsku. Let's say I said it right like 5 times today. Trying to get it right now. I can't say it. For the Liberty, has become the youngest multi-triple-double player in the WNBA history, and only the 4th player all time. Which is surprising to me that they don't get triple doubles in a technical play game as the WNBA is. More often, yes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm amazed at that.
Yeah, really. But I guess, and like I was talking about the other day, I don't know what everyone's field goal percentage is, but I don't know how many rebounds are there to get. Passing should be the one. Like, it should be a lot of people with double digit, but you'd be surprised. I think it's only like 2. 2 right now in the WNBA, averaging
Sue Bird, maybe, and I don't think she's even one.
No, actually, nobody. There's nobody. Sue is six assists right now, averaging. So no one is double digits. So that is.
I think you got points and rebounds. I think you got Sylvia Fowles.
Right. Rebounds, you got Sylvia.
And I think she's averaging probably like 12 points a game or something like that.
But so it's hard. It's harder than you think.
It's surprising. Like, I'm not saying it's easy to get a triple-double because a lot of dudes in the league pass that. I ain't going to lie to you. A lot of cats in the league pass that. So, because you'd be like, hey, man, let me get that rebound. Let me get it. I got it.
Or, God forbid, everybody's on the same team and just get out the way and tell them to come get this rebound. They got to come tell you to get this triple-double.
Yeah. Like, I think guys are more aware of those stats than the ladies are.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think it's like they're surprised at the end of the game, like, oh, yeah. Like the dude's like, yeah, I knew what I had going into.
Yeah, they looking up. That's why they always looking at the scoreboard.
Yeah, they look at the replay. Yeah, I'm about 3 rebounds short. Let me turn it up a little bit. That is hilarious. See what else? Oh, and I guess she's been named. Vanessa Bryant has deemed her the White Mamba because Kobe. She was one of the ladies that were under Kobe's little female wing, so to speak.
Right.
So that's pretty good. I guess she gave her a tribute. No, that's wrong. That was with Diana Taurasi.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're talking about Taurasi.
Yeah, I mixed it.
Taurasi is the White Mamba. Yeah.
Yes, that's why I did. I was like,
Kobe,
I was reading that wrong.
And Kobe gave her the nickname. He was like, well, I don't know if he gave it to her, but he signed off on it.
Right. Vanessa just gave a tribute to her for her birthday. Read the notes, bro. I'm trying. All right. So happy birthday, Diana Taurasi. All right. Power rankings. We got a new team up top this week. The Chicago Sky jumped up top. So Candace Parker's got her girls rolling once again, the defending champs. And then it's, I think, Las Vegas, and then it filters down through that. I do know that the Fever have moved up again one spot. Did get a nice win against the Liberty over the weekend. So I don't see them in the playoffs, but I see positive moves. Right. So positive strides. So there you go with WNBA Power Rankings for you.
Yeah, no big changes other than the Sky. We figured Candace Parker, supposedly, possibly her last year. So she's definitely going to do everything she can to get them ready for the finals. Definitely like to see Indiana. I like the Fever's growth. Just wanted them to continue. Don't want them to give up. A lot of times with your younger people, they have that So hopefully they figure out the WNBA and the league and how to be successful, how to play together, and continue looking for success from them.
So basically what you're saying is real talk. We just got to make sure the organization doesn't give up too early.
There you go. They definitely have all the components. They have all the ingredients, chef. They have all the ingredients.
Oh, they just need to be stirred and simmered just right. All right. So that'll take us out of WNBA. That will take us to a quick commercial break. And then we're going to come back and talk about these NBA finals. And there's nothing else to talk about. Well, okay, there may be one thing to talk about in the NBA.
I don't know.
Okay, 2 things. I got 2 things other than the finals. 2 things. One just popped in my head. But we'll be back. Here you go. Yes, we got new commercials coming up. We got new intros coming up. We got all kind of new fun stuff coming up across the network. Make sure you check out some of our shows. We got a little bit for everybody. If you're into baseball, we got just a little bit outside that comes on over the weekends. We got, if you like the racing scene, we got the Checkers and Retros, one of our original shows, taking care of things. If you're into the combat sports, we got that too. With what the hell is the name of his show? The Combat Zone with the Lions. So we got just about, if you're into the
Football.
football, yeah, we'll get to that. If you're into the quantum realm and meditation and balancing your spirit, we got you there. Monica, take care of you for all those things. And of course, football. Football's back, man. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot year. Hot year. And I'm winning the I haven't even named it yet. Whatever it is, what is the picks? Like we do our picks, but we'll do picks for football. But this season, we're doing it differently. We're including the whole network. So when I pick the games that we're going to pick on, I'll be shooting you guys messages for the games, and you need to tell me who you're picking for those games, and we'll put your little emoji up on the screen for your picks. Like how they do it on that other network.
Right. Okay.
Trying to up my graphical skills a little bit.
All right, computer graphics guy. All right.
Yeah, try to step up a little bit. But it should be fun. So we got that. But right now it's basketball and it is NBA finals time. Golden State's up 3-2. It's fabulous showing. Man, it's awesome.
But, okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
But we got to string them along just a little bit further. I mean, what's wrong with your guy Montrez, man?
Oh, man. Just horrible decisions. You got to remember, I know it's kind of hard, but these NBA players are still early, throughout. Well, recently the longevity has gone a little longer. But for the most part, they're 20-year-olds, man. And unfortunately, 20-year-olds don't always make the right decisions. And he definitely made one and thought he was going to get through Kentucky. And Kentucky was like, no. So,
hey, didn't he play at Louisville too?
Did he? Oh, so that might be his. He might be in that crib. So his own state took care of him. So no, but I hope he gets a good legal team and are able to, get out of it with the least, because he's facing felony charges. This ain't
federal.
Yeah,
felony
federally. So he's definitely better get his lawyer game.
There's a difference in state fed. This is state fed, and this is a fed.
Yeah,
complete difference. Trust me. I do. Complete difference. But when I see NBA players, or not even NBA players, but I see sports players, high-figure sports players, actors, whatever, get caught up in stuff like this, I'm like, how stupid are you? One, why are you in the car? Why are you in the car? Shouldn't you have, regular people got drivers and things to do this? You make millions and hundreds of millions of dollars and you ain't got nobody you could just, just go drive and do things? Why do you have to do it? You know what I mean? The greatest trick that the devil ever pulled is making people think he never existed.
Yep.
But you right there in the car, like, come on, let's ride. Oh, poor guy. Well, I hope it was a first offense, so let me get about 2-3 million out your pocket for some gyms or community centers around the neighborhood, and
I'll go back to the lawyers. He need Johnny Depp's type of lawyer, Camille or whatever her name was. Johnny Depp's lawyer. He need her because she was putting it on your girl.
Definitely not the public defender. Oh yeah, that might have to be Big and One and Storm do Hollywood or something. Sorry about these dumbasses in Hollywood. But anyway, so and the last thing, another comical part before we get into it. Since we were at the NBA Finals, I feel that Dale Curry is getting a whole lot of extra flack when he really should be, because last time I checked, Sonya didn't really do an upgrade her damn self.
Right. And at a certain age, you know what you want. And yeah, you want to be attracted to the person, but they ain't got to be the most beautifulest thing on earth either, right? If you get to a certain, like when you were younger, you might have thought about looks may have played more of a part, but when you get older, it's all
95%.
about, yeah, it's all about do we relate? Can I just be around you? You know, how about that? Can I just be my true self around you type stuff? So uh,
I would like to think that, but the background of this little union makes it kind of think that there was some foul play going on between the both of the couples. Cause the dude that she's with is the ex-husband of the chick that Dale's with.
that's just some, I, mm,
Yeah, see? Yeah,
mm.
I've seen movies like that.
He said, I've seen movies like that. Hollywood has already thought this could happen. It was about Dale.
I mean, it wasn't in Hollywood. It might have been close to Hollywood. Studio across the street from Hollywood in the hotel, with a handheld camera. No, but I'm just saying this is, I feel like Dale's getting a little bit more flack than he should, and I think she was the culprit the whole time.
Yeah.
But it kind of makes you think like they might have been like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go get his ex-wife. You could go get nobody else's. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Who knows? That
Steph
Hollywood
seemed to
life,
be a
you
little
know.
friendly with both of them his damn self. So,
Yeah. I don't
Chronicles.
know.
I can't wait till the book come out. All right, NBA Finals 3-2. Golden State's up. Boston's looking a little strugless. Golden State's looking like a poised champion ready to strike. What are your thoughts, sir?
uh, it's pretty much what I've been saying. I feel like turnovers are playing a huge part in these games, and not only turnovers, but the type of turnovers. Right? You got your dead ball turnovers, and then you got your live action turnovers. Um, I think it's Golden State has turned over 45 um, live turnovers, and Boston only 27. I feel a lot of that is it could be nerves, it could be them trying to play loose, but a little too loose. Um, it could be just and a lot of it is the defense as well. So the defense is playing well. The double teams coming to Tatum and coming to Jalen are, for the most part, well enough for them to make some mistakes. Once again, this is their first time here. I'm still questioning the whole Jalen Brown Tatum combo. Yes, they're both great players, but still waiting to see them be on the same level at the same time in the same game more than just a couple times. If you look at the stats, they both averaging 20. The points are there. They just, I wish there was a
Different
stat
games.
for doing it together. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
different games, different
Right,
games. You know
right.
what I
So
mean?
they both
Tatum's is like
averaging.
huge numbers, but Jalen Brown is consistent. Like he's giving you the 20 to 25 every game. Tatum is giving you one game with 10, one game with 40. You know what I'm saying? Then he come back and give you a 17 and then give you a 35. You know what I mean? But I just felt like Jalen Brown is playing the more consistent of the two who has the lesser of the big name.
But Jalen Brown's had some 18 games, 16 games, and those are those 40 games and the high 30s for Tatum. So I still like to see a better mix of them two, and I'm waiting for it. But Golden State, Draymond, who knows what's going on with him? But he played well these past two games. Still not to the Draymond that you know that I'm used to seeing, to be honest. But I mean, he's making an effort. Um, what do you think teams need to do to win on both sides? So this game on Thursday, who what do they need to do to win? What do you think they need to do?
Um, First off, Boston, what they need to do to win is one you mentioned earlier. They need to stop turning over the basketball. I mean, you can't turn over the ball. You can't get shots up if you're constantly turned over the basketball. Live ball turnovers are a killer because that leads to transition baskets for Golden State that Boston can't defend. Where they have their most trouble is defending the transition, which is where Steph is allowed to weave through, pass the ball, dribble the ball, cut off, and get open shots for him and other people. Allows Draymond to grab rebounds, grab steals, and push the ball up the floor. And they can't set their defense. But when they don't turn the ball over, and or take quick bad Marcus Smart 3-pointers, you know what I'm saying? Then you have Golden State has to work harder on the set defense. Where Robert Williams, where Al Horford, where Marcus Smart becomes effective on the defensive end. So that's how Boston's going to have to do it. One, have to start taking care of the ball. Two, they have to stop relying on Marcus Smart and Al Horford. Even though Al Horford is hitting threes, Mark Horford, they're not hitting him at the rate that they're giving up the shots. There's a reason. It's like we say a thing back in the day when we at the park playing, and they even say it in the upper echelons of basketball. Hey, bro, there's a reason why you're open. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why. You know what I mean? We played against those guys. You know what I'm saying? Twins. We played against those guys that, hit a couple shots and, oh my God, they're in the interviews like we this and we that. But listen, there's a reason why you're open because, game winners, I'm letting you shoot. Letting you shoot game winners. Here you go. Why not? That way we get a head start going the other way because I'm sorry. 9 times out of 10, you shoot that, you're not going to hit it. But, they hit it enough in certain games. But those are the games that Tatum and Jaylen Brown are actually distributing, not turning over the ball, stepping through, seeing over the double team, and doing things like that. Excuse me. But when Marcus Smart is controlling the game as a point guard and not looking to score, score within the offense, but not looking to score, they're a much better basketball team, and people get open shots. But if you flip it over to Golden State just needs to just stay calm. You know what I mean? Their experience has allowed them to be in the position that they are because they know in these tight ass cheek games what to do, like in the game 5. You know what I'm saying? Certain parts in that game, you was like, well, Boston, here they come. But championship teams always make the right play, always make the right pass, always make the right defensive deflection, and it's not dependent on one player with Golden State. And that's the thing that people miss. They're not just dependent on Steph Curry. It's everybody who's doing things. Wiggins is, oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this. Wiggins, and it's a question I'm going to give you later on. Wiggins is hooping. He's doing intangibles. You know what I'm saying? He's playing defense. He's making open shots. He's making the right play. Jordan Poole's coming in, hitting open shots, big shots, big time shots. You know what I'm saying? You got Gary Payton coming back, making great defensive stands. You know what I'm saying? You got Looney. Everybody plays their part, but we're not getting that from Boston. Only certain people are playing their part. So, I don't know.
Yep. I'd have to agree with you. Only thing I would say about the Celtics is they need to get the bench more involved. I feel like Derek White has kind of stepped away. He was hitting big shot after big shot. I think he only had like 1 point the other night. I need Grant Williams. Where has he been the whole playoffs? Like, he was balling in the playoffs prior to the finals. For his position. Like, he was playing well within what is being asked of him.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the people they played against. At his position, they gave him a favorable spot. With this spot, you got Draymond. It's not working out for you.
So, and they need to have Jaylen and Tatum have a game. Marcus Smart, I would like to see him with 10 to 12 assists. That's what they would need to do. And rebound and, like you said, less turnovers. Golden State, I think they need to come out. They need Game 6 Clay to show up. It really, really show up. Uh, I want to see Steph get to at least 30. No, not a lot of turnovers. About six, 7 assists, something like that. Um, I need Poole to continue. I need Gary Pat. I need them all to show up and do what they've been doing for the most part. But definitely pick it up even more defensively, because at this point, Celtics have nothing to lose. It's all or nothing. So you got to be prepared for that mentally. If you can shut them down early and kind of rip their hearts out at the beginning, then it'll just make it that much easier for them to go ahead and get it done in Beantown.
Beantown. All right. Here's a question for you, bro. When I reposted the scheduled television broadcast, whatever, I had this question because I've been watching the playoffs. I've been watching these finals. I've been watching Golden State. And I've been hearing the talk, from different people. And I formulated my own question. I don't think I have an answer for it yet, but I formulated my own question. With the way we've seen Andrew Wiggins play this playoffs and what we've known to happen to Steph Curry when they win the finals, do you think we'll still have this type of scenario this year if Andrew Wiggins continues to be really, to me, I think he's the one who's playing the most consistent in these finals for Golden State. And he's doing the most for Golden State in these finals. He's guarding Jaylen Brown. He's guarding Tatum. And he's being guarded by both of those defensive juggernauts. They are excellent defensive players. And he's putting up 20 plus. And he's getting double-figure rebounds. And, man, listen, I almost want to go for it, but I really want Steph for people to get off his ass. But really, if you look at it, Wiggins is playing the more consistent basketball in the finals. So do you think if they won, would they give it to Wiggins if he kept this same scenario?
No. I think it's Steph. I feel like a lot of the things that defense, I'll give you all day defense, but the offense he gets is due to the fact that Steph is on the team and Steph is on the court. No one's doubling Wiggins. No one is, yes, he's being guarded by two great defenders, but they're not constructing a defense around him. Defensively, he's doing amazing. Like, I get it. He's doing great, consistent with the offense, but I feel like a lot of that is because he is that number 3, 4 option. You don't have the same amount of pressure. You don't have the same amount. Even when he was with Minnesota, he was the guy before Cat got there. So, and we saw how that was.
And he was still the guy when Cat got there because he was still averaging over 25.
Right. But you saw, I feel like he just does not feel a lot of pressure. He's just being him. I feel like being in the culture of Golden State, which is led by Steph, has helped him come along. So he's playing well. Don't get me wrong. I feel like he's the second best, definitely, playing on this team right now. But Steph, he's 30 points, 2 steals, 4.6 assists, 5.8 rebounds from a point guard, 89% free throw, 40% or 41% 3-point, and 46 field goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same
thing I want to say.
Same numbers when they gave it to Andre Iguodala. Same scenario. That's all I'm saying.
And that's what I was about to say. Wiggins really is the new Iguodala. Iguodala was a high pick.
Curry, let's see. He is done
most of the heavy lifting.
I'm playing devil's advocate. I really don't see so. All we see with Steph is the points. That's all we're talking about is the points. Now, is Steph getting those things? No, hold on. That's all we're talking. Really, it is, because we're not talking about Steph on the defensive end. We're not saying Steph shuts down anybody.
It's more than the 30 points. It's how he allows his other teammates.
Or is it his other teammates that allows him to do what he has to do? If Andrew Wiggins is not making those, because Clay's not. If Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole are not making those shots, Steph doesn't get those looks that he's accustomed to getting. Those guys making shots get Steph his shots. They work together.
But
you know what I'm saying? When all of those guys was hurt,
shots, if Steph gets no shots, they're not even in the final.
When all of those guys, when all of those guys are hurt and Steph's playing, they're not in the playoffs. So they all work together. So that he needs them as much as they need him, is all I'm saying. So, but you have to account that what Wiggins is doing around the board is more rounded than what Steph is doing. Not saying it's Finals MVP worthy. Curry won Game 4 because Andrew Wiggins locked down Jason Tatum. Real talk.
Or because he had 43 points. It can go both ways.
I mean, real talk. It could go both ways. Yeah, he had 43 points, but Jason Tatum had 16? Andrew Wiggins was 90% of the reason why he had 16 points and 8 turnovers? Come on, we have to account. Like Andre Iguodala won the MVP because of his defensive effect on the game. All I'm asking, does Wiggins get that same consideration, or is it just automatically Steph's because everybody's crying that Steph hasn't gotten the MVP finals? Iguodala 1 year and Kevin Durant the 2 years before, even though Steph's consistent numbers were better than all of those.
Yeah, well, KD's, I mean, you can't take KD's the best. I mean, that's just the criteria. Maybe the criteria needs to change, but usually it is that person that affects the game the most. And right now, I'm not saying Wiggins does not affect the game. I just feel like Steph affects it more. And yes, his defense is not as good as Steph's offense, but he does play good defense now. His defense has grown because he's gotten a little bigger. He's gotten a little stronger. Like I said, he's averaging 2 steals a game. That's the most. It's higher than Wiggins.
That's because Wiggins is playing the on-ball defense. Steph Curry is not ripping nobody out the on-ball. That is all passing lanes because somebody is putting pressure on the ball. He's not down there. Boys is patting. He's like, let me get that and go the other way. No, that's not his steals. His steals is passing lane steals. You know what I'm saying?
That's not Wiggins steals either. Who steals is like that? Other than maybe Gary Payton may have that. But Wiggins
I'm not even going to mention his name. I'm not going to mention his name because he's on-ball steals. I can tell you Gary Payton Jr. is on-ball steals. I could give you a couple other. Butler, Jimmy Butler's on-ball steals.
Yeah.
Those guys are on-ball steals, and they're at the top of the list. You know, I mean, I'm not going to not say Steph Curry isn't playing defense. Yeah, he's playing great team defense, but you're not a person that they see when you are a defender. Teams are not running pick and rolls to isolate you. Yeah, nobody's isolating Draymond Green. Nobody is isolating.
Jaylen Brown was taking Draymond. Yes.
Well, he's not. He's isolated because he's a guard and he's a forward. But no one is isolating these type of defensive players. People are running pick and rolls to get Steph Curry on the Luka, to get Steph Curry on the Jason Tatum, to get Steph Curry on a person that he can't play defense on ball. He's a great team
because
defender.
He's short. Oh my God!
Ain't got nothing to do with short. Marcus Smart is 6'3.5", and he just won Defensive Player of the Year. So don't tell me him being short has anything to do with it.
Does.
Gary Payton is 6'2", maybe 6'3", what Defensive Player of the Year, and he's short. So the height has nothing to do with it.
In your opinion, my opinion, the height is a part of it. It may
the
not
guys
be the
who won
defensive
guards that won Defensive Player of the Year. There's shooting 3 guards.
You know good and well, shooting over a player is shooting over a player.
Then why is people having issues shooting over the top of one Marcus Smart, one Malik Bridges?
Both of them are Defensive Player of the Year, but don't act like no one shot over him the whole year or the whole series or the whole game. He still gets shot over the top.
Yeah, he gets shot over the top.
They may not be switching over to him to have him guarded. But
Draymond Green can't post
if he's
him up.
guarded, they still shooting over him.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. They can still shoot over him, but he's still making them work harder than they should as a guard
I'll give
in
you
the
that.
post. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody, you ain't just gonna sit there and just get 35 unless you're Kevin Durant on Marcus Smart. And I'm not a Marcus Smart fan, but you ain't just gonna come down and get 35 on Marcus Smart. Period. It's not gonna happen. Post or guard. It's not gonna happen. Maybe Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Maybe at that point you're just shit out of luck. You know what I mean?
Right.
But,
I mean, height does matter to a certain extent because you can just shoot over a person. That does matter.
Yeah, but you can't shoot over the person if you don't get the position that you want. What if you're a guy that can't shoot the jump shot?
Oh,
and you have to post him up.
You're gonna have to work harder. Definitely.
Then you're shit out of luck. Defensive third. No, so that's all it was. It was just to bring up a conversation that really for me it was just a highlight.
But no, I mean, but I really
because I've never been a fan.
Been thinking that Wiggs, going back to Wiggs, I don't want to take nothing away from the guy. Really, I feel like he really is the new Iguodala for that team because I feel like they thought Otto Porter Jr. Otto Porter Jr. was gonna be in that role, kind of maybe the Draymond trying to look towards the future a little bit, but Wiggins can stay. And I love Clay, but I hope Game 6 Clay comes tonight. I'll just tell you that. I hope games. And then if he don't come and they still win,
I just think you're expecting way too much of Clay coming off that double injury his first year back.
If he's already done it, then he can do it again.
No, he hasn't already done it because you keep asking for him to do it. The
playoff. I've seen him put up good numbers against good teams, be it the regular season and maybe even a little early in the playoffs. I understand the moment, but he's been in this moment, and it's not a high expectation. It's the only reason you're asking for it is because he's done it before.
Hey, injuries are something else. You had great players who don't come back to their full weight that first year back. Bro, he's had an Achilles and an ACL tear in back-to-back years. He hadn't been on the court in 3 years. You can't expect him just all of a sudden the first year back because he put up 40 a couple games to think he's getting ready to just be that. He's telling you that. He's like, hey, this is I have to figure out a different way to play. I can't play that way no more. It's like you getting older. You can't put LeBron's adjusted. I'm like, these injuries are something. I mean, like Paul came back, looked good, but you didn't see Paul to that next year. You know what I'm saying? When who else had a good ACL tear? Like you didn't see him come back to that next year.
So that don't mean he can't do it. I seen him do it. I'm sorry. I'm not changed my mind.
I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying y'all expect too much too early for this guy. Next year, I guarantee he's gonna be lights out and he's gonna be on the lockdown on the defensive end again.
I don't know about the defense. I don't know about the defense. That's what I worry about. I feel like that'll be the last to come back. I feel like he's having more trouble getting back to that. Not that he's horrible, but as far once the standard that he had already set, getting back to that is going to take a little longer. But these wide open jump shots he's getting, and hey, man, I'm not accepting.
Hey, I'm just looking at it. You know what I mean? You've been out for 2.5 years. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're a shooter. Yeah, the ball goes in, but whatever. Fatigue is going to play a part in it, regardless of how hard you work. You know what I'm saying? When you hit these, because he's pretty much played the season. You know what I mean? Come back after the All-Star. You pretty much played the season.
So I feel like conditioning may not be as much of an issue.
Your legs are going to get tired on them jump shots, man. It's just how it is. You know what I mean? You're not that consistent. Like, here's why I put it. Like, you got high school kids. They can shoot that rock. They go to college. They're shooting the rock. But then when it comes to conference tournament and NCAA tournament play, some of them superstar freshmen are having troubles because they're used to being done already. And here you go, you got more games. You start to see the flat jump shots going flat, no more arc. And you see, and commentators are talking about it.
That's true. I mean? What you're saying is true, but I just don't see how it relates to Clay because Clay's been in the league for umpteen years. He knows what he needs to do to get back. I feel like he's definitely in shape. I don't see him not being in shape. He may be tired. All of them are tired, but he's no more tired than anyone else that is out there. I don't see that.
Okay.
Moving on. What else you got?
Nothing.
What about Steph's? How about the first time Steph did not hit a three in his career in the playoffs?
Don't care.
0 for 9. That just speaks to his greatness.
It sucks. His legs was tired from 43 points a night, 3 nights before.
It could be. He did put a lot on his. He did put a lot on his back. So I just hope he got enough rest getting ready for Thursday, because he's going to need to show up. I'm sorry.
Nothing.
Oh, here we go.
I didn't say nothing. No, I kind of think I wanted to go 7. I chose it to go 7, but I really think that it's going to end Thursday night. One, because you can clearly see the coaching difference. And it's not so much experience with the players. I know experience is very experience. Players have a part into it, but coaching philosophy, how you manage games in certain situations. He's got a 5 championship advantage. I mean, well, so he's got a 4 championship advantage on this guy. So I think that Steve Kerr's coaching staff and Steph Draymond's collective leadership, I think they finish it out, man. I do. I think they go on the road. They love that shit.
I think it all depends on the others for Golden State, because what they proved was they, if they drop back on the screen, Steph's gonna torch them. If they up on it and we just gonna lock up on Steph and let someone else beat them, the others are coming together to beat them, being led by Wiggins. So I feel like I said, they cut down on turnovers, and you need Jalen or Tatum and Brown just to have great games together.
Yeah, you need another 7 3-pointer Al Horford night or something. I don't know. But I'm going to stick with Golden State, but that damn Celtic, man.
Yeah,
they always push crazy shit.
I would like to see it happen, but I'm not like overly confident that it can happen, because you never really know.
If Game 7 was in Boston, then I have a whole nother outcome on this, baby, because that Celtic dude, they always have some injury luck happen in Game 6 where they get back to Boston in Game 7, and then all of a sudden some Dennis Johnson out of nowhere.
Not the spirit of Dennis Johnson. Just a little redhead running around.
All right. So, So next time you see us, we'll be talking about the champion. So, should be fun. Let's see. What do we got here? I'm in the wrong section. So we're at the Eye of the Storm. You're up, Storm.
Eye of the Storm. Just want to wish every father out there that does this fatherly duties the best that he can. Happy Father's Day coming up on this Sunday. So I'll say Happy Father's Day to you, as well as a couple of our other cats. We got Pat out there. We got DJ. We got Royce T. Jay Hun.
You better
Micah.
call Tyrone.
Call him. And a lot of other great friends that we hang out with. My brother-in-law, Troy. So I just want to wish all the fathers a happy Father's Day. And unfortunately, there's some mothers out there that I can wish happy Father's Day as well, because they holding it down by themselves. So I shout out to them as well.
Yes. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Appreciate that. That is the Eye of the Storm. The one thing I got, I could, piggyback on the Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, everybody. That'd be great. Nope. The one good thing for me is this week begins the journey of healing for the one. No, I'm not going through some spiritual journey, trying to find my inner self to balance my aura and my chakra. Nah, bruh. I'm getting the first ankle surgery taken care of, so I can get some pain taken care of with my old self. So the one good thing is we're making the first step. The first step to pain-free living.
Good deal, man. Definitely want to wish nothing but the best. Hope the surgery does exactly what it's supposed to do. Um, you know, got thoughts and prayers coming from the Mormon family. Um, so yeah, man, let's just get this thing rolling so we can get it over with. Sooner we can start, sooner it's over with. So
Praise Black Jesus.
definitely.
I'm just
And a
waiting.
shout out to my father. We talked about all the fathers. Greg Mormon. That's
Shout out.
pops out there. You had to be good to be able to handle this at a young age. So
No shit.
And probably even now, but
It's
can't
a
let it
forever
go
thing.
without shouting out Uncle Mark, Uncle Tom. I can go down the list, man. Uncle Bruce, Uncle Chris, all of them. Shouts out, much love. Took a village with a storm here.
My village gave up. They just all ran the other way. No, so but yeah, way to go. All the fathers out there, do what you do. Keep doing it, regardless of the circumstances that you are put into. You know what I mean? A good father, a good man is a good role model to his sons and daughters. He's a role model to his sons and how he wants to be when he grows up, and he's a role model to his daughter of what they want to be with when they grow up. So good job, guys. Let's go get it. State of basketball, BW Sports, Big Storm, the one. I'll holla.